Hey, fourth grade, and welcome back to your Spanish class. So today's lesson will look at Numeros y Matematicas, which means numbers and mathematics. So we're going to quickly review how to use the numbers in dates, and then we'll also look at numbers as phone numbers, and then, of course, in math. Primero repasen los números 0 al 100. Pueden usarlo para completar las páginas de su cuaderno. So that means first review the numbers 0 to 100, and then you can reference this page to complete the workbook pages. So you see that my chart here ends at 99. So I included 100 over here, which is 100. So let's look at the numbers. Remember that once we get to 29, things start to change. So up until 29, all the number words are one word. Okay, we have combined them here. Okay, but after 30, we get to 31 and up to 99. You'll see it breaks down into three sections. So 30 y uno is 31, which means 30 and 1. Okay, remember up until this point, we have used the word y for and then also here in numbers for segmenting the numbers. So I say that because we're going to learn another way to use y in Spanish. So here our objective is to learn basic math operations in Spanish and use the numbers to form sentences for these operations. So for the plus sign or addition, okay, we use más or y. Okay, so addition in Spanish is adición. So here, basically the word y would replace the plus sign when we're reading a math problem. Okay, I included más here because that's another way to do it, but our lesson today focuses on using y. Okay, for subtraction or sustracción, we use the word menos. And then for equal to, we have two words that we can use in Spanish. There are no rules as to when to use each one, which means they are interchangeable. You can use either or. Okay, so both of them are right. So the first word is son, and the second word is es. And we have seen son and es before in the classroom. Son is usually when it's plural, and es is usually when it's singular. But here, like I said, you can use them either way and it'll be fine. Okay, so here are some pronunciations for the math operations. Adición, adición. Sustracción, sustracción. Son, son. We missed one here, which was es. Es. So let's take a look at our first workbook page. Okay, so here we actually have this one worksheet, and I divided it into two sections so you could see it a little better. Okay, so let's review first the date part. Okay, usually we begin our class asking, ¿Cómo te llamas? And then you respond with, Me llamo, and then your name. ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Me llamo, my name is. And below that we have la fecha de hoy es el blank de blank, which means today's date is the, so the first blank would have the number for the date, and then of, and then the second blank would be the month. So for example, today is March 23rd. So we would say, la fecha de hoy es el 23 de marzo. Okay, so for this top section here of your worksheet, it says complete the following sentences. Then practice reading each sentence. This sentence says, Mi número de teléfono es, and here you would write your phone number because what it says is, my telephone number is. Okay, the second sentence says, La dirección de mi casa es, and then you write your street address. Okay, because this means my address is blank. So now here is where our previous slides come into play. Okay, we talked about these symbols for Spanish. Okay, so on the blanks, you will just write the sign that goes to these words. So we said E is for addition, so we would have a plus sign. Menos is for subtraction, so we would have a subtraction sign. And then son and es is for equal to, so you write the equal sign. Okay, so below I'm going to read the words that or the numbers that you need for this section. For this section, we will only complete A, B, and C. So I will look at the example first. The first 6 digits I will say as single digits, and the final 4 digits I will say as 2 separate digits. So for example, this number would be 770 474 1093. So for letter A, your number is 678 229 1517. For B, 770 474 1093. For C, 404 298 3212. Okay, so you will only have to complete part A, B, and C for this section. Okay, so now the bottom of your worksheet is this part down here. And what you'll do is on the first set of blanks, you will write the word problem, okay, using the numbers like this. Okay, so 10 plus 35 equals 45. Then on the right-hand side, you will practice writing out the numbers and the equation in Spanish. So let's look at this one to make sure we have the E for addition and the E for the numbers clear. Okay, so here we have 10, which means 10. E, which in this case is the plus sign. 35, which is 30 and 5. Okay, so 35. And then son for equal. Then 45 for 45. Okay, so I'm going to read you the math problems that you will write for 1 through 5. You have more on your worksheet, but I only want you to complete up to number 5. Okay, so for number 1, 1 y 5 son 3. Number 2, 10 y 1 es 11. Number 3, 20 menos 10 es 10. Number 4, 49 menos 32 es 17. Number 5, 5 y 10 son 15. Okay, so as you can see, well, you have addition problems and you have subtraction problems. Okay, so make sure you're listening for those cues. And then also that you are listening for how I changed out es and son, okay, to write out the sentence. For this section, we will Okay, so here we will complete a practice word puzzle. Okay, so práctica is practice. Crucigrama is word puzzle. Okay, so for example, number 2 across, which is horizontales, you see the problem uno y uno son. So let's break that down. Uno y uno is 1 plus 1. Son is equal. So then the answer to your problem is what you're going to write in the boxes. Okay, so 1 plus 1 equals 2. And we know the number 2 in Spanish is dos. So you're going to spell out the word dos, D-O-S, on number 2 across. Let's look at the first one for down, which is verticales. Also means verticals. Okay, so number 1 says 13 menos 2 es 11. Okay, so 13 minus 2 is 11. So 11 is your answer, and that's what we're going to spell in the box. So number 1 down, which is right here, okay, we will spell out 11. O-N-C-E. Okay, so to recap this lesson, you should practice the pronunciation of the math operations. Okay, so más y is for addition. Okay, we focused on E today. Okay, then you have subtraction, which is menos for the minus sign. And then you have son and es for the equal to sign. So you complete the workbook pages in your book. If you don't have your book, you can either print out the worksheet or write your answers on a sheet of paper. Okay, and then you'll have until Friday the 27th to submit this by email. And you should be sending it to northhenryspanish@gmail.com. Okay, so the workbooks are actually available to be picked up at North Henry. They're sitting in a box by grade level. They're separated by grade level, and they are on the counter across from Miss Jill's office. So if you have a chance to pick those up, that'll definitely save on printing and extra paper to use. But if you can't, then I totally understand, and I will still continue to upload these pages to GradeLink and to your email. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, don't forget to just shoot me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, I hope you guys have an excellent week. God bless.